Those are squibs, explosive.
Squib, claro, primera línea squibs.
Yeah. All these squibs are made with the same product. They are different sizes.
Está hecho con los mismos productos, pero con diferentes cantidades.
This is a lead acid, I think, is the explosive used for all these things.
Lead?
Acid, this is the product.
Ácido de plomo.
Or lead stiffnat, whether one or the other. And this one, the SD,
El SD,
LSD, and this one are primacord.
son primacord.
Okay? The MD1, the small one, a red one, is also primacord.
Los últimos también son primacord. Do you have another card to the camera?
Yes. MD1 is primacord. This is 4-grain primacord.
For the camera.
And by the way, this is a very useful squib. The MD1, you can use it on. We're going to see further what we're going to do, but this is a very, very important squib.
Es un squib muy importante, muy útil.
And the other one,
Y los otros,
los cuatro, are spark device.
son de chispa.
The, what do you say, 16?
16. Z16.
Z16E.
A.
Z17,
Z17A.
are spark producers.
Producen chispa.
Okay, that's.
Okay, which is the product that produces the spark?
Zirconium.
Zirconium.
See. The same that we're going to have in the sparking balls.
Lo mismo que usamos en las bolitas de
See? Naphthalene is used to make
flakes, naphthalene flakes.
Yeah, what we call a pumpkin.
Con la naftalina vamos a hacer lo que le llamamos calabazas.
I want to do a parenthèse.
Voy a hacer un paréntesis.
About the naphthalene.
Acerca de la naftalina.
It comes in flakes.
Vienen en, ¿cómo dijiste? Escamas.
And flake don't burn very good.
Las escamas no queman muy bien.
So it's interesting to be able to crush it.
Es interesante poder molerla.
To have a finer powder of it.
Para tener un polvo más fino de la naftalina.
You're going to have a way more better result.
Van a tener mucho mejores resultados.
Less remain
menos
of burning, because there's always remain around.
Menos restos quemados.
A good technique, if you need to crush a lot, is to use a little concrete mixer. Concrete mixer.
Usar una mezcla de a machine or
a machine, yes.
Una mezcladora de concreto para hacer la mezcla.
That turns, and you put balls of it could be a ball of steel, or it could be.
Puede ponerle bolas de acero dentro para que se muela.
10 or 15 ball of steel. And you let it crush.
Como los molinos de las minas.
So you're going to have a fine powder of it.
Y pueden así molerlo muy fino.
And of course, your naphthalene should be kept into
y por supuesto la naftalina puede ser puesta en una bolsa plástica.
Because it's a very hygroscopic product.
Porque es un producto muy higroscópico. Agarra mucha humedad.
It sucks the water.
Absorbe mucha humedad. And this make naphthalene unstable. The humidity?
No.
No lo hace inestable, but it converts in unuseful.
It's going to become like a rock.
Claro, se va a convertir como una roca con la humedad y.
¿Influye si tiene mucha agua la naftalina en la explosión?
If naphthalene is so with a big amount of humidity, it's.
It will burn with difficulty.
Claro, va a prender con mucha dificultad por la humedad que tiene.
It's like, chemically wise, because we mix naphthalene with black powder.
Mezclamos naftalina con pólvora negra.
And the black powder,
y la pólvora negra,
the way it is exploding,
de la manera que
the word, the exact word for the black powder would be deflagration.
Claro, la pólvora negra no explota, sino que deflagra.
Because
quiere decir que se quema muy rápidamente, no es una explosión.
The speed of the explosion
la velocidad de la explosión
is under 300 meters a second.
Es 300 metros por segundo.
See?
Pólvora negra.
La pólvora
Pólvora
negra.
negra. Compared to a primer chord, which is 7,000 meters a second.
Comparado con primacord,
30 metros por segundo.
no,
300
metros por segundo es la pólvora y primacord es
7,000.
7,000. 7,000 metros por
a segundo.
segundo, el primacord.
Ahora, in a black powder explosion,
En las explosiones de pólvora negra
there's a fire that initiates a reaction.
hay un fuego que inicia una reacción,
The flame is spreading into the mixture.
la llama se va repartiendo en la mezcla,
The pressure of the gases increase,
la presión de los gases crece,
which
aumenta,
increase the speed of the reaction.
que aumenta la velocidad de la reacción.
This is called the deflagration.
Esto es la deflagración.
Okay?
Entonces la deflagración viene de una chispa iniciadora, ¿no es cierto?
Claro, la chispa que inicia y el fuego que se inicia de eso aumenta los gases y los gases van haciendo un círculo vicioso finalmente que aumenta la velocidad de todo.
The speed of this chemical reaction
La velocidad de esta reacción química
is also going to be increased if your black powder is enclosed,
va a ser aumentada si la pólvora negra está dentro de o muy encerrada.
because that's what we do when we do a bomb. We put it into a shell,
Eso es lo que hacemos cuando hacemos una bomba. La ponemos en una especie de caparazón, de concha,
plastic bag.
una bolsa plástica.
We tape it.
La ponemos envolvemos en cinta.
The more you tape,
La mayor cantidad de cinta que pongan,
the harder your shell becomes,
la más fuerte, más sólida va a ser la envoltura de la pólvora,
more powerful is your explosion.
más poderosa la explosión.
Also, if it is confined into a mortar
Si está confinado en un mortero,
with a lot of debris around it,
con un montón de fragmentos,
you're going to increase the size of your explosion.
van a aumentar el tamaño de su explosión.
When we're going to be in the field, we're going to see a thing like that.
Cuando estemos en terreno van a ver algo como eso.
The legal implication.
Las implicaciones legales,
Unfortunately, this is something that you have to think about.
desafortunadamente, es algo en lo que tienen que pensar.
Ultimately, if you have an accident,
Si tienen un accidente,
the essence of this business
la esencia de este negocio
is to find a responsible.
es buscar un responsable.
The big finger is pointing at you.
El dedo va a apuntar a alguien.
You are
Tú
responsible.
eres el responsable.
You use non-legit product.
Tú
and
usaste
because of
productos
that.
no legales, digamos,
You see.
productos ilegales.
So, most of the time, the job of a big supervisor on a show
La mayor parte de las veces el trabajo de un supervisor es
is to cover his ass.
proteger su espalda, digamos.
And I remember one time we were rigging, we had about 10 pounds pumpkin, huge pumpkins.
Teníamos una tremenda calabaza de 10 libras,
That's 4 kilos.
de 4 kilos.
Pumpkin.
O
It was about that
black
big.
powder,
Yeah, black powder and naphthalene.
4 kilos de pólvora negra y naftalina.
And my boss was an American. He was totally lost.
Mi jefe era un norteamericano, estaba totalmente mal de la cabeza.
He promised them, because of the schedule, that he would give them the other part of the shot in 1 hour. It was totally
Le
impossible.
prometió que podía hacer todo el efecto que le pidieron en 1 hora, cosa que era totalmente imposible.
So they started to jump everywhere on the car. They
Empezamos a
were
arreglar todo lo que había que hacer en el auto.
with the acetylene torch,
Teníamos sopletes de acetileno,
cutting steel, grinding,
cortábamos fierro
and he wanted us to start loading the thing at the same time.
y quería que estuviéramos armando las cargas mientras cortaban y soldaban.
So I said, you must be very tired.
Y le dije, tú debes estar muy cansado.
So there was the chief of the fire department was there.
Y estaba el jefe de bomberos del departamento de bomberos ahí.
I went to see him,
Lo fui a ver.
and I said, we're not doing this, but they don't want to listen.
Nosotros no queremos hacer esto, pero ellos no nos están escuchando, los
So
directores, ¿no?
he's the one who went to see them.
Y el jefe bombero fue a hablar con el departamento de dirección
and told them,
y les dijo,
if we keep on going like that,
si seguimos así,
we close the set.
vamos a cerrar el set.
He had the authority to do that.
Y ellos tienen la autoridad para hacer eso.
That's why it is important for you
Por eso es importante para ustedes,
to have allied
para tener
an ally, the contrary of an enemy.
un aliado, claro. Tener un aliado en el agente, en la autoridad, digamos.
Maybe, you know, this has to start somewhere.
Esto tiene que comenzar en alguna parte.
And you need people to help you. Alone you cannot do nothing.
Necesitan gente que los ayude.
All together you can do a lot.
Todos juntos pueden hacer mucho, solo no funciona.
The power of the group, but you have
El
to
poder
speak.
del grupo.
You have to speak of the same voice,
Tienen que hablar en el mismo sentido.
same technique. Even if you're working for a company, you're not working, he's working for a company. I don't care about that.
No, me da lo mismo pues, si son de una empresa o trabajan solos, tienen que funcionar en la misma dirección.
My only concern is the special effect technician. That's it, that's all.
Lo
I'm
único que
telling
me
you,
interesa son los técnicos de efectos especiales.
we've been through this.
Estamos en esto.
Maybe not as severe as it is, but today, because of the paranoia involved, it is getting more and more difficult to do.
Cada vez más difícil por la paranoia que existe.
In America, it is getting very difficult.
En Estados Unidos es muy difícil.
They are cutting on what we can do.
Están poniendo límite a todo lo que podemos
15
hacer.
years ago, I could go downtown in the middle of the place and blow things with that cord.
Antes podía ir y volar en el centro de la ciudad algo con cordón detonador.
Today, I would be look like a diabolo.
Ahora, ahora no.
You can, you know, they're not allowing you to do these things.
Ahora no nos permiten hacer esas cosas.
But I know it could be difficult to deal with these people.
Sé que es difícil tratar con esta gente.
You know, the way a cop or a soldier think, this is,
Ellos son soldados,
it quite be peculiar.
son muy peculiares,
But I'm sure if you put them on your side,
pero estoy seguro que si los ponen de su lado,
you're going to have leverage with the production. Because if it is keeping the way you're describing it to me,
si esto sigue de la manera en que tú me lo describes,
somebody is going to have a major accident.
alguien va a tener un accidente mayor.
And you're all going to be concerned about that.
Y todos ustedes van a estar involucrados de alguna manera.
And as I was mentioning, the only way to do that is to go through these people who has authority,
Y la única manera es
Wow.
aliarse con la autoridad,
who have the power.
que tienen el poder.
It's always the same story.
Es siempre la misma historia.
If you can beat them, join them.
If you can beat them,
Join them.
claro, si no puedes, únete a ellos, digamos.
In Canada, you need a license to buy,
Necesitas una licencia para comprar en Canadá,
you need a license to store,
una licencia para guardar, para
you need a
copiar,
license to sell,
una licencia para vender,
you need a storage place dedicated to that.
un polvorín para guardarla,
You need, what else? You need a license to transport.
una licencia para transportarlo.
So you're watched all the way, all the. You
Eres
know.
vigilado todo el rato.
Here you have this. You qualify this incredible chance to have people dedicated to your welfare.
Acá ustedes tienen la posibilidad de tener gente dedicada a intentar mejorar vuestro entorno.
This is a very, very powerful tool
Es una herramienta muy, muy poderosa.
that brings to alone you are nothing.
Solos no son nadie.
As a group, you can be very strong.
Como grupo van a ser poderosos.
Espérate,
Para
y
molerla,
también podía ser humo negro.
you can do black smoke with that.
Yes, yeah, that's the idea. When you do a pumpkin is a mixture of black powder and naphthalene
La calabaza es la mezcla de pólvora negra y naftalina.
to have the bold color at the same time into the burning of
Para
the
tener los
degrees.
dos colores de humo simultáneamente en la explosión.
Blanco y
Sal y
gris.
pimienta. Una mezcla de sal y pimienta. así le llaman.
Perfecto, la pimienta da blanco y la sal da negro.
Claro.
But a good mixture is to put 50-50.
Una buena mezcla es 50 y 50.
It gives a good result. It's enough black powder to initiate the reaction, to burn it, but if you want really good result, as I said this morning, crush it into fine powder.
Hay que, para tener mejores resultados hay que molerla mucho más de lo que está.
Very interesting. And of course, in your pumpkin, you can add, if you want, other mixture. You can have a syringe and shoot gasoline. You can shoot benzene.
Pueden incluir en la calabaza benzina, gasolina.
What you're imagining.
Con una,
No, es una bolsa
sí, una bolsa la calabaza.
con un cartón.
If you want to do it on a large scale, I mean,
Si
you
quieren
want to
hacerlo
fog
a gran escala,
a lot. Those mixtures have been invented at the First World War, a long time ago.
esas mezclas se inventaron en la Primera Guerra Mundial.
They never found a better product than that to do the white smoke. This is called hexachloroethane.
Nunca han habido un mejor producto para producir humo que ese.
The
Y se
army is
llama
still
what's
using this
called
hexachloroethane.
hexacloroetano.
This is
Hexacloretano.
they never invented a better stuff, and they're still using it today
But for white smoke,
for white. For
para
white.
hacer humo blanco.
For the black. Anyway, all these stuff are toxical, of course. You don't use this inside.
Todos son tóxicos, no lo usan en interiores.
Hexacloretano.
¿Todos son, ¿existe algún tipo de humo negro que no sea tóxico?
No.
Is there some black smoke, non-toxic black smoke?
They used to make what they call smoke cookie.
Hacen unas cookies,
Unas galletas de
galletas de humo.
These were Trias Science Laboratory was doing that, and I think they went bankrupt. And at my knowledge,
Quebró el laboratorio que lo estaba haciendo.
nobody bought back
Nadie lo compró nunca.
the idea or the recipes. I don't remember having seen that. These products, but they were
Hubo un producto, pero nunca lograron comercializarlo y quebró el
really looked like
laboratorio.
a cookie.
Parecía
You
una
had
galleta.
white, black, purple, red.
De todos los colores.
So, but I've never seen that for
No,
many
y
years.
no
now.
tóxico.
No.
No tóxicos.
Spark balls. Most of you know this product.
Bolas de chispa.
Es circonio.
Sí, circonio.
It costs about $1.50 each to buy,
Valen como $1.50 cada una.
and you can buy the capsule. De la Mar or MP sell the empty capsule.
Vende la cápsula vacía.
You can make them yourself.
Royal George también.
Also, you can use dust it. You can put dust into capsule like that. You can shake it.
Sí.
We have here other type of spark devices.
Estos son otros aparatos para
If we
producir
look at our
chispa.
little chart, we're going to be.
Si miran la tarjeta que les di,
This is also made with a zirconium.
esto también está hecho con zirconium.
They change the color of their plastic. It used to be red before,
Pero entonces aquí es Z17. Ah.
but you will see the difference
Sí.
because look at that. The one is a big round head, and
Ok.
this is a
Cabeza
small, flat,
redonda.
small head. The 17A
El 17A
is always bigger than the number.
es más
El
grande.
Z16A.
So they're all the same mixture, but they're all the quantity are different.
Las cantidades son diferentes, la mezcla es la misma.
This chunk is a little bit bigger, so we're gonna have spark projection a little bit
Hay
more.
una proyección de las chispas.
I would say that those are the basic spark devices, small spark devices.
Pequeños y básicos dispositivos de chispa.
If you have a big 600 amps car battery, you
tenía
can
una
put 50.
Tenía una batería de auto de 60 amperes, puedes poner 50 squibs y va a funcionar.
Okay. So as I mentioned, this is the same product into it, same explosive.
El mismo producto explosivo.
Lead stignat or lead acid, I don't remember, but one or both, it's quite similar. This is the quantity of this product that determine the power of these squibs.
La cantidad del producto es la que determina el poder de cada squib.
You have those two one, the D81
El D81,
and the D82.
el D82.
These one, you can do a lot of things with these squibs.
Pueden hacer muchas cosas con estos squibs.
You can use this to do bullet hits.
Pueden
impact
hacer impactos de disparo en el cuerpo.
on the people. You can use it to do bullet hit on a car also.
En un auto también, impactos de bala en un auto.
Personally,
Bajo una ventana.
personally, I would never use that on an actor. On a
Personalmente el blanco
stunt guy,
no lo usaría en un actor.
yes.
For what effect you can use, and what's the difference between those and those?
Well, they have different shapes. You can slide it in a block of plaster, a block of cork, a block of
Pueden meterlo en un bloque de corcho o
to have a different projection.
para proyectar fragmentos.
Estos serían mejor como para las personas.
Better for the body.
I mean, no, this type.
Those types.
This type are more for the body.
Body hits.
Or if you want,
¿Cuál?
I have a plate.
Sí, pues sí.
I'll put
Yeah.
the
Of
plate
course.
there.
Boom.
Poof, the plate goes up in the air. See? This is gonna,
A glass also.
yeah, breakaway glass. Or if there's nobody in the shop, it could be a real glass.
Claro, puede ser vaso, vidrio.
Anything is feasible. You know, I did blow a TV set with primer cord inside of a studio, but there was nobody. Lock off camera, everybody out.
Volé un televisor con Primacord dentro de un estudio, pero no había
Ahora,
gente.
disculpa, los vasos que, por ejemplo, se vuelen en ese sentido, ¿tienen que ser breakaway o tienen que ser vasos reales?
A glass, a
Rockaway.
real glass or a black
Rockaway.
away.
Breakaway.
Well, we would try to use a breakaway glass.
¿Sí?
The real glass is it's quite peculiar.
El vidrio real es muy peculiar, muy particular.
Let's say, I'll give an example. I have a pot of coffee, okay?
Por ejemplo,
I can
tengo
take one of these or a smaller one.
una taza de café y pongo este
I
pequeño,
dip it into liquid rubber, so it's totally waterproof.
lo meto en goma líquida para que quede impermeable
And I put it into the pot of water.
y lo meto en un vaso, taza de
Okay?
agua.
Just because of the increase of the pressure into the water, into the coffee,
Por el aumento de la presión del líquido en el
the
vaso,
pot is going to do poof like that.
la taza va a explotar.
So you need to do tests. You
Tienen
don't want
que
to project glasses until there.
Tienen que
You
hacer
just want it
pruebas.
to poof like that. This can be achieved, but you have to test it.
Tienen
With
que
a smaller
testearlo.
size, you start small and you increase. We are living in a different area, you and I, most of the time, you know. We got to be creative with the little we have.
Debemos ser creativos con este asunto.
We got to be able to maximize what the few things
Tenemos
that
que
we
ser
have.
capaces de maximizar los recursos.
It is feasible.
Es
It is
posible.
possible. Yes. You got to do the thinking with it.
Tenemos que pensar mucho, poner ingenio.
You know, it's not because you have zillion of dollars that it's going to look great.
No porque tengas millones de dólares se va a ver mejor.
A very little effect put at the right place has more power and more punch than all these shit flying all over the place.
Un pequeño efecto bien puesto es mucho mejor que grandes efectos con mucho dinero invertido.
Over 30 years, I never had a misfire with any of these things.
Nunca he tenido una falla de disparo con este producto.
This is a plate of steel welded together
Es una pieza de metálica soldada
with a little charge of black powder into it.
con una pequeña carga de pólvora negra en él.
So when you put the electric current into this,
Cuando le ponen corriente eléctrica a esto,
there's a short circuit
produce un cortocircuito
and it ignites.
y se enciende.
That works 100%. This is cheap. And that's going to do the spark you need to ignite any black powder.
¿Cómo se
It's
llama?
not on the card.
Ah,
It's not on the
fósforo,
card.
claro.
This is not the,
Un fósforo eléctrico.
Claro.
this
Un
is not a,
chispero.
this is not a squid.
Un fósforo.
No es una
is
especie de
a-
fósforo eléctrico.
An igniter.
Un fósforo eléctrico.
This is in French is a tétranitrate de pentaérythritol. This
Chucha, me quedé clarito.
PETN. This is the chemical that is involved. This is one of the most powerful explosive on the market
Uno de los más poderosos explosivos del mercado.
that is going to detonate at 7,000 meters a second.
7.000 metros por segundo.
compared to 350 for the black powder.
Contra los
Pero-
300
That
Ya
gives
me
you
de...
an
dijo que
idea.
el amarillo es Primacorp,
This is Primacord.
el celeste
This is Primacord.
Primacorp y el rojo Primacorp.
This is Primacord. This is Primacord 4 grain.
4 granos de Primacord,
This is Primacord 100 grain.
100 granos
And this is Primacord 50 grains.
de granos,
De
¿ya?
granos.
Granos. Sí.
No de gramos.
No, not a gramo. It's not a measure. It's not a
Grano,
weight.
y hay granos de polvo.
Grano. This is a chemical. It needs a detonator
Un químico que necesita un detonador
to initiate the chemical
para
reaction,
iniciar la reacción química,
which is
La combustión.
que es
if you have an
instantánea.
accident with that, you'll be dead before to hear it, because that goes faster than the sound speed.
Va más rápido que la velocidad del sonido, la explosión.
I have a book. I want to blow a book. I
Quiero
open
volar
the
un
book,
libro.
put the thing there, close the book, and I'm gonna have a big, huge hole into it
Aquí hay
with
un
paper
tremendo
flying.
agujero en el libro.
Okay. If I want to blow a piece of real wood, I'm going to drill a hole and bring it to about that of the surface.
Hago
And
un
I'm-
hoyo en la madera y lo entierro en el pedazo de
And
madera.
I'm going to have a beautiful big hole. With the squib, the hole is smaller. But for,
Con
you
el
know,
squib
it does the
tiene un
job,
hoyito más
but this
pequeño.
is different. Yeah, but if you use this, you've got to be totally enclosed in a metal cage because you can have projection of steel with that. This is fucking powerful.
Eso te puede volar la pieza de metal.
Because that doesn't do a flame.
Esto
You-
no hace una llama.
If you're using this to blow things, whatever you're going to blow, if you want to ignite the thing, you need a flashback separate
Si
to
necesitáis
ignite your
que algo
gas.
se encienda, no, tenéis que tener un iniciador.
If I take a bag of gasoline,
No es un iniciador.
Pablo, escucha. If you take a bag of gasoline, you put primacord around it and you blow it like that, it ain't going to ignite. This is going to just atomize the gasoline.
Claro, no se va, si ponéis una bolsa con gasolina y le ponéis Primacord, no se va a encender la gasolina, se va a fragmentar en 1000 pedazos y va a volar el líquido.
If you're using this to to make a hole into a gas, you need a flashback to ignite it.
Claro, si vas a usar eso para hacer un hoyo, necesitáis un flashback para que te encienda el gas.
It's a soft charge with black powder, you know, in a little plastic bag with an electrical match that you're going to strike at the same time or a moment before you blow this.
Claro, no hay una bolsita con pólvora negra pequeña y con uno de estos quips,
That,
y eso es el iniciador del...
that's what is going to light your gas.
Con eso rompe.
Con
sí,
ese rompe,
con ese
con
rompe y
este
con,
prende.
con este prende.
enciende,
Claro,
claro, eso.
lo mismo la benzina.
Dans la séquence, this is so fast. If you strike this first, you
Okay.
might cut the line of your other thing. Okay?
Claro, si prende esto primero, reventáis todo el
So you're
resto.
going to strike your flash first and then just the hole in second.
Primero el,
Okay.
Primero el
flash,
fósforo.
Primero
claro.
fósforo, que
Y
es más
luego el
lento,
agujero.
500,
Sí.
500, 500,
Lo más
600
lento.
pies y 7000.
But we're talking ba-bam, like
Ah,
that.
okay.
Okay? Quick one. And we kept my favorite one for last, the
Este es mi
MD1.
favorito,
This is a very small one.
el más
You can
pequeño,
you can do bullet hits
puede ser
on
de impactos de
impact.
bala.
This is the only flash, the only squib you can do dry hit without a flash, because
El único squib con el que puedes hacer
the
disparos
one
secos.
and the two, if you do it with a dry hit, it does a very big flash, so it could be a problem.
Te hace una gran llama los otros. Y este hace, no se ve una llamarada.
This one doesn't do a flash. This one can be used to be put on top of a blood pack. We're going to do a different techniques tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we should start doing this, I think, if we get the equipment.
Mañana, si tenemos el equipo, vamos a empezar a hacer estos efectos.
You can break little things, so it's a very
Pueden romper cosas pequeñas
useful
también.
squib in the one.
Un squib muy útil.
You have a product, I'm sure you can find it here. It's to protect the handle of your tools. This is like a liquid rubber.
Hay un producto que es como una goma líquida en el cual tú pones esto y queda impermeabilizado.
So you dip it into this liquid, you let it drop.
Silicona líquida.
Eh?
Es como ese
It could be silicone also, yes, it could be silicone.
impermeable.
Sí, pero
O
la
le podéis- o
silicona
le
podría-
podéis
La
poner
silicona
super
está con
protección
una
también,
protección.
como
En
impermeabilizar.
cambio este,
Tenéis que
tú le
aislarlo.
metías el agua y el agua va a correr.
This
Es
is
como que
pure.
echar el Gore-Tex.
This is pure rubber. This stuff that works perfectly, and then you can use it in the water.
Y si lo haces ese procedimiento, puedes usarlo en líquido.
But of course, you don't let it for 2 days.
Impermeabilizante.
O sea, cualquiera de estos iniciadores, cualquiera de estos nosotros le podríamos poner un impermeabilizante
You can
y
use
ponerlo
a
en agua,
liquid
¿no?
rubber in
Because
any one of those
we do
squibs.
several times, hit in the water with this.
Disparo en el agua con eso, con la goma líquida.
Or you can dip it in a liquid wax.
Con una cera líquida.
See, it could be the thing also. It's not hot enough to ignite the thing to detonate it.
Lo metí en cera líquida para impermeabilizarlo. ¿Queréis saber para quebrar vidrio?
Sí.
To break a glass, what squib do we have to use?
It depends what type of a hole that you want to get into.
Depende del tamaño del agujero que quieras hacer.
Can you do it with a ball bearing? It with a swingy gun?
Para disparar con un swingy gun.
You're going to have a hole.
¿Cuál es el Sunican? Lo del aire comprimido.
La que tiene el design. La pistola para esta goma.
This is a very excellent projectile that shatters without no debris, and that works perfectly. So you cut little pieces about that long.
Corta pequeños pedacitos de la silicona de la goma, de la pistola.
It's going to do a hit into your window. It's a mechanical tubing of the size that you want, okay?
Es un tubo
Mechanical tubing.
Tubo mecánico.
ya del tamaño que tú
It's a
quieres.
seamless tube.
Que no tiene soldadura, una pieza.
Sí.
¿Mm?
And then you have the interior at one end that is threaded with like a vice.
Que tiene
Yes,
hilo.
you do the thread into it,
tría.
and then you will have to machine a cap to screw
tienen que
into
hacerle
it.
una tapa para...
O sea, un hilo con una tapa.
Claro,
Donde
un
va
tubo con...
el squib.
The interior of the cap is hollow, of the size of the squib, and at the other end you have a hole to let your wire coming out. So voila,
Sí, y eso es todo.
that's it.
Ya, ¿y cómo lo posesiono?
It is end on a little hinge. You have a steel bar. You have a little hinge that
Claro, una
you can
rótula.
aim where you want the impact to be. That's a possibility.
Sí.
But all these hits have been made with a marble, small marble that were put into the plastic capsule to be shot with a swinging gun.
La pequeña bolita que ponían en la cápsula plástica y la disparas con el swingy gun que tiene él.
It's been very difficult to find the small size of marble to fit into the capsule.
Es difícil encontrar la bolita tan pequeña que entre en la cápsula.